Hey, what is the best writing tool for new and aspiring authors? Today, I want to talk about why I love Scrivener. I'll share some of my favorite features as well as some price things that make it really attractive to me. Before we get into that, though, I want to have just a couple of disclaimers before we jump in. So, I use and love Scrivener. I've used it for a little bit of time now, and there's so many great features. And the first disclaimer I want to share with you is that I'm learning more and more every day. So, what I'm going to share with you today are really kind of just scratching the surface of all of the goodness that exists in Scrivener. I'll share more videos if that's something you're interested in. But if you use it and you've uncovered things that you like about Scrivener that we don't talk about in this video, let me know in a comment below. Or if you have specific questions you want to talk about, drop those in a comment as well. That's disclaimer number one. Disclaimer number two, this one's really important. I've said this before and I've said it again. You don't have to invest a ton of money in writing software if you don't want to. The very best software for you is what's going to work for you, for your style, your schedule, your budget. So if you don't feel like you want to invest money in a writing software, feel the freedom to not do it. I don't ever want you to let that be a hindrance or a hurdle from you actually getting started and making progress on your book. But the reason I love Scrivener is because it does so much in the way of keeping me organized and helping me keep everything all together, which I'll show you in today's video. And disclaimer number three, I know there are a lot of different writing tools and writing softwares out there. I have not tried everything. So there may be something out there that has cool features and functionality that I don't even know about, but I am going to share with you what I do know and love, and that is a software called Scrivener. So let's jump into it. First, I want to talk about some of the features and functionality that I love in Scrivener. So if you're listening on podcast platforms, just a quick disclaimer, I'm going to be sharing more interactive stuff today. So I'm going to be doing screen share. So you won't be able to see that on the podcast platforms. But the good news is you can find this video on YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/tcburr. You should be able to find it there. And if not, send me a message. I will post the link in the show notes as well. So you should be able to find it wherever you are, wherever you're listening. So let's jump right in. So I am opened up to a project that I've started in Scrivener. The first thing I want to show you here is the binder. So on the left-hand side, it will organize all of your chapters and scenes into what's called the binder. And you can see you can minimize and expand these. This is a great way to kind of keep things organized. And you can add titles to each of these. So right here, I've called this the opening, but let's say I want to change it to 2024. That just gives me a kind of mental clue as like, what is this opening scene all about? You can add as many of these as you want, and you can see them by chapter. You can rearrange things. So if one scene needs to go ahead of another one, but you didn't write it in that order, you can flop things around. So I love the binder. It's a great way in this dual pane editing mode. Here's where you kind of edit, add your text, and then here's where you kind of see all the big picture of your book. That's a great way to edit your book. So another thing here is I want to show you is you can add comments. So if I want to, for specifically about this meeting, I want to flesh this out a bit more, I can say I want to flesh this out later. That will just be a note that I can come back to and refer to later when I know I want to develop that scene and that interaction a little bit more at some point in the future. If you're like me, you might look at a screen like this and think, wow, there's a lot here. This is kind of busy. What if I just want to block out all the noise and just write on a blank page? Scrivener has that functionality as well. You can go into what's called composition mode, and it will bring you this screen where you can have a couple of customization options here. You can adjust the paper width, however wide you want it to be. You can move it to the left or right side of your screen, and you can also have bigger or smaller text depending on what you love. This is the mode that I spend most of my time in Scrivener when I'm drafting my novel. It just helps to kind of remove all the background, remove all the noise, and just focus on your writing. So love that feature in Scrivener as well. Now, this is all in drafting mode, but what if I want to see kind of more of an outline mode? You can do that by using what's called the Corkboard in Scrivener. So to get there, you would click on this kind of grid right here, and you can see right now I'm looking at the manuscript level, and each of my chapters is shown as a different index card. You can see for some of those chapters with multiple scenes, they are stacked cards. So you can see there's multiple scenes within that chapter. If you want to see each of those, you would just click on the chapter in the binder, and then you can see each scene in that particular chapter. So again, This is just a different view of the same content. So what's great is what you create in draft mode is going to pull into the binder and vice versa. You can move these cards around. You can color code these. So if you have different character points of view, that's great for doing color coding in that way. And if you want to look at this in an outline mode, you have the ability to do that as well. So if I click on this icon, it will show me all of my chapters in outline mode. Again, you can expand and minimize these chapters to see all of the scenes that exist in those chapters. So you can see as you start to draft or outline, you can see how things start to come together. You can see how you start to build your project into something that's cohesive and connected and really, really has helped me to stay organized. One of the other great things I want to show you with Scrivener, so to create something new in terms of a chapter or a scene, you would go to this plus sign here, but you can also create what's called a character or setting sketch. Those are what they sound like, but they're super helpful because if you're anything like me, I'll create a character, and once I get into my book, I'll think, oh man, what color did I say that person's eyes were? Or is this the person who graduated at X date or had this thing happen to them, and kind of get my wires crossed. By creating these character sketches, this is not something that will appear in your manuscript, but it's a great reference for you to true back to when you're writing about that character in the future. Similar functionality exists for scenes as well, so it's great for that. There's also places down here where you can add notes and research. So if you're researching things for your novel, you can put links, you can put documents, pictures, all kinds of stuff that you can put all in one place that will help you when you're drafting and editing your novel. So again, those are just some of the features that I love about Scrivener. I'm learning new things about this software every single day, and I will continue to upload more videos and podcast episodes to teach you more and show you more about what I'm learning and what I love about this software. So that's all the features. Now let's talk about something else that I love about Scrivener, and that is related to the pricing. So one of the big things that I wanted to avoid when it came to writing software is I didn't want to spend a ton of money. Maybe you're like me and you're a little bit budget conscious and you're not trying to invest all of your money in tools and software for writing. Scrivener is great for this because they offer a one-time fixed cost for the software, not a subscription model where you have recurring fees that are coming out every month. That's super important for me. I have so many monthly bills just in my normal life, so I didn't want to add another one when it comes to writing software. So it seems like everything's on a subscription service these days. If I call a plumber to my house or somebody to come fix my HVAC, they're going to want me to get on a multi-year plan where I'm paying them every month so that then they're on call to come and service my equipment. I don't want that. I just want you to come fix my thing or come install the thing, and then we're done here. So I love that model that Scrivener has. It's a one-time cost. Go to their website and check out, in case the cost has changed since the time I've recorded this. But as of the time of this recording, it's very reasonable. It's a one-time fixed fee instead of a recurring revenue, a recurring bill that you're going to have to pay every month, not a subscription. I love that. And maybe you do too. The other thing that I really love about Scrivener, so in addition to the great features that it has, in addition to the fixed one-time cost, which I love, it also has an incredible trial that you can test it out today. So maybe you're hearing some of the things I'm saying and you think, man, it sounds good, but I'm not willing to make the investment. Great. You can go try it out for free for 30 days. What's cool about this, my friend Kelly pointed this out to me. This is not a 30 days from the time you sign up for the trial until the 30 days is over. This is 30 days of actual use of the software. So if you sign up on January 1st for a trial of Scrivener, again, at the time of this recording, they're saying that this is going to be for 30 days of use. If you sign up on January 1st and you use it 7 times during the month of January, guess what? You still have 23 more days, whether it's February, March, whenever you end up using the software, that you can use it. This is so big for somebody like me because if you've been listening to this show at all, you know I am really big on scheduling in intentional rest and breaks when it comes to your writing. So now you can do that without feeling the pressure of, oh no, I'm missing out on days for my trial. I don't know of any other companies that does trials like this where you've got 30 days of actual use of the product instead of 30 continuous days. But Scrivener does. I think it's a great trial. So if you're interested at all, go check it out. I really think you're going to love this software. And by the way, if you use Scrivener and there's some cool features that you've experienced, drop them in a comment below. I'd love to learn more about what you find the most value in when you are using Scrivener as well. So, again, one thing I want to underscore on the way out the door, the best writing software for you is the one that you're going to use, the one that works best for your schedule and your style. But I have found Scrivener to be the most helpful, the most clear, and the most straightforward when it comes to organizing, drafting, outlining my novel. And so I'd love for you to check it out. And if you do, let me know what you think of it. But don't let that be a burden or a hurdle for you if you're using Google Docs, Microsoft Word, pen and paper. Tons of people have written amazing books using those tools, so don't feel the pressure to invest if you don't want to. Also, consider things like this: writing software, coaching, communities, all that type of stuff. Don't think about those just as expenses. Think of them as investments. You're working on creating something incredible. You're working on building an author platform. Maybe you have dreams one day of walking away from your day job and being an author full time. Everything that you invest in now is a step toward that future goal. So don't think about these things as just throwing money away. You're really investing in that goal you're striving for in the future. And I think Scrivener is one of the best investments that a writer can make. So go and check it out today. Again, check out that really great free trial that they have. And if you like what you're using, drop it in a comment. Let me know what you liked the best. Hey, that's it for today. So no matter what tool you use, whether it's Scrivener or anything else, I hope that you keep writing, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.